right, so we are in the opportunity group today, and I have been asked to do a live makeup demonstration, and I'm sure you guys are seeing the background and you're probably asking, is she in a doctor's office? And the answer to that is yes, I am. I am in a doctor's office. I am a dermatology PA, and I have just finished seeing my patients for the day. I don't have my normal ring light and all that, so the sun is going to be my ring light today. This is going to be my first live in this group, and I'm actually looking really forward to showing you what this makeup looks like on and what it can do for your overall confidence. I will say I have been a little bit nervous about makeup for a really long time. This past year I've decided to kind of get into makeup and learn how to apply it. So this is essentially what I am going to be doing today. So my face is already cleansed, and I've used my moisturizer. I use the Age Reverses moisturizer, and it is fantastic moisturizer. It feels really silky and smooth on the skin. So I've put that on already after I cleansed my face, and all of my products are right here in these little handy dandy boxes. And I'm going to today use the VFX Pro. And I know it's really bright, the sunshine, but I figured what better way to apply makeup than in natural sunlight. So here I am. The VFX Pro Strobe is a cream primer. So we do have another VFX Pro primer, which is more of a gel. Hi Jody, how are you? Thanks for joining. So I'm gonna rub this on, not too rough, because a primer really, you want that to kind of sit on top of your skin, not necessarily push it into your skin. So you're going to be really, really gentle with that primer. So I see people joining. I have a trouble seeing comments. Hi Diane, how are you? Thank you for joining me. So let me change this over here. So I've just applied my VFX Pro Strobe Primer, which is a cream primer. And the reason I chose the cream primer today is I'm using a lighter foundation, which will be the newer serum foundation. And I think that the cream primer just goes a little bit better with the serum foundation. So we're using the Luminous Serum Foundation. I'm just looking for my color because I loved. Okay, so here are my colors. This is the Luminous Serum Foundation, and pricing on that is $22.90. I wrote the names on the bottom because my stickers fell off, and I wanted to make sure I knew what color I was using and what color I was giving people samples of. But this is my color. I love honey, and that's the color I'm using. So I like to just kind of drip a couple of dabs in each spot, and I'm probably using more than I would need to, but that's okay. I like to apply my makeup with a beauty blender sponge. So, and we do have a blending sponge in our catalog available online, and this is not one of those sponges. I'm still waiting for that package to come in, but I'm just gonna get really close so you can see I have applied a really thin layer of this honey to my face, and I'm always want to make sure that I'm going by the ears. Always make sure you go through your ears down your neck. And now you see I have like this big old glob right here of foundation on my forehead. So again, we're going to do a nice light coating here. Now, because it is summer, this color is probably a little bit lighter than I need for summer. So I'm going to actually add a little bit, just a tiny bit, of the Stay Matte foundation as well, in one of the darker colors, just to kind of give me that more even colored skin tone without looking too washed out. Again, another handy dandy. So I know someone was asking how you store your foundations and etc. I actually like these little, they're actually pencil boxes from Michaels. I like using those pencil boxes because they're kind of big and they fit a lot, and you can write on them. Hi Michelle, how are you? So you can write on them and you know what's in what. Now here is number 105 of the Stay Matte foundation. I like Stay Matte foundation because it is mineral based. Mineral based makeups are really good for people who are more of, I'm just gonna dot this on around here. People who have oilier skin. It's also nice if you have to look nice and it's outside and it's hot and you might be sweaty, or if you just want to look really, really great at the beach. So the nice thing about the Stay Matte is it stays, and it stays matte, thus the name. And I truly, truly am glad that FARMASi has looked into and seen that there is a need for deeper shades for our ethnic clients and ethnic beauty influencers. So that's one thing that I always look for in a makeup line, to know whether or not they're inclusive. And I really feel that they are truly inclusive by adding these new colors just for this summer, which is pretty amazing. A lot of companies don't really do that. They're not interested in marketing to everyone. They want to market to just, you know, a small percentage of people. And, you know, that's not a really good marketing strategy, but here we are. And I know some of you are joining a little bit later. Yes, I'm in a doctor's office. This is where I work. I'm a dermatology PA. So, you know, for me, skincare and the quality of makeup that people use are very important, because I'm talking to people all day, every day, about the different kinds of makeup they should be using on their face, or the proper skincare regimens for their face. It took a lot for me to actually decide to become a beauty influencer and talk about it and not just enjoy the 50% discount, because, you know, the position that I'm in, I work in dermatology. I see patients. I'm the one who's diagnosing them. I'm the one who's telling them, this is the medication you need. This is the, oh, Michelle, you're a derm nurse. That's awesome. So, and you're super picky about what you tell your patients to put on their face, right? So I'm really glad that I have this opportunity and that this company is so amazing. The fact that they really care about what they're putting in their products. They are EU certified, so the products that people use coming out of Europe are way safer, and just, they're more public. They care about the health of your skin, as opposed to the things that, you know, we might find in some of the makeups and things that we put on our face here in the United States, which is a little bit sad, but at the same time, I'm glad that we have this opportunity to introduce European quality products to Americans. So, hey. So that is my foundation, and you can see I had this little brown spot here. I try not to put too much foundation on because I never want to look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. So I tend to be a little bit lighter, but it does give pretty good coverage. And so I used the Luminous Serum Foundation in Honey, and then I used the just a little dot of the Stay Matte foundation in number 105. And that was just to kind of like take away some of that lighter, you know, the lighter hue of my skin. So let's move on to the eye area. So I am not a big fan of using concealers, only because I'm not really good at using them, but also because it's concealers tend to be a little bit thicker than I want, and you can see I'm going to be 45 in about 3 weeks. So this under eye area, sometimes a concealer will sit in there and kind of give me that older look. So, you know, we all want to be young forever, right? So here is a little secret that I tell everyone. If you have dark circles under your eyes, so right here and right here, I have a lipstick that's a little bit, the sun doesn't really want to share its glory with us. So you see this color, it's a little bit on the orangey pink side. So you can just apply a little, this is one of the lipsticks actually. So this is the True Color in Warm Beige. And I am just putting a little bit of that orangey color under my eyes. And I know people look at me and they think I'm insane because I'm doing that. But what you don't realize is that orange or pink on top of blue neutralizes just as green on top of red neutralizes. So I'm going to use some VFX Pro foundation instead of concealer, and this is going to go ahead and go on top of that, and you just kind of blend it in, and not only does that orange disappear, so does the blue. So you can use a color corrector. I usually just use lipstick because I always have some kind of orange or pink or red around, because I love bold colored lipsticks. But look, my blue circles, gone. Just like that. What? Right, Jody? I've been trying to like tell people about using different colors to conceal the color that they're trying to cover, because just using a regular concealer or a lighter color, all that does is it kind of gives it a grayish hue, so you can still see that blue underneath, and nobody likes that. I mean, everybody wants to look young forever, but if you can do whatever you can to hide it, to kind of give you that younger look. I mean, like I said, I'm going to be 45 soon, so I'm trying to keep up with the littles, you know? So, all right, I'm going to move on to eyes next. So eyes, and here we go. This one is full of like eye stuff. So you can see I have a little bit of everything in here. Today, I want to do a fairly simple eye. I'm actually going out to dinner with some of my professional colleagues. So we're going to do a nice simple eye because, you know, I'm not showing up to dinner looking like I'm getting ready to walk down the runway, you know. See what I'm wearing, right? Cute little LuLaRoe dress, purple bow. One of my patients today told me that I looked like Easter. I'm like, oh, it's so sweet. So here we are. We're going to, I'm using just a regular eyeshadow brush, and I'm using the cream shadow. This is number 1 in Pink Glow, and I kind of like to use that as a base color because it's pretty neutral. So I'm just going to apply, first I pat and then I rub. And I always like to get a little bit in the corner and a little bit right under that corner crease here in the inner eye. So, but I love this because it's shimmery, but it's not too much. You know, some people are just like, you know, you see them, they put on their makeup and you're like, ooh, that's just a little too much. I mean, it's pretty, but it's just a little too much for where you're at. You know, since I'm in the Midwest, we tend to be a little bit more on the conservative side. But here we go. So just a little bit of shimmer. Don't worry, we'll be covering some of this up. And I'm sorry about the color. Like, the sun and we usually get along really well, but today it seems like we're having a power struggle. He wants to overpower me today. But, you know, I have my own sunshine, I have my own glow, and thanks to FARMASi, I can show it. So, all right, so here we go. We've got our base, and then we're going to use what color is this one? Nope, that's the green. Okay, so now we have the cream shadow and the red glaze. So we're gonna put a little bit of that on as well. I just use the same brush because I'm not, you know. And I am going to use this on my inner lid. Don't worry, we're gonna be blending all of this in. I know sometimes people look and they're like, ugh, just blend it already. But you know, be patient, we'll blend it. It'll be fine. I know, right, Jody? You gotta get your own glow on, even if the sun wants to outshine you. Not happening in this house. So if anybody's local in Chicago, Illinois, this is Lakeview Dermatology. This is where I work. We have multiple locations, so I'm in our Lakeview office today, but we haven't blended your friend, that is right. But not yet, Jody, not yet. I wanna get all of my stuff on. All right. Next, I am going to be adding this. Actually, no, that's not the one I want. I'm gonna put a cream or the powder shadow, the mono shadow on, and it's hard to find the right one. I'm gonna have to go back and really do a good job at reorganizing everything. So I'm gonna be using a different shadow brush, and I'm using the mono eyeshadow number 4 in coffee brown, and this I'm going to use kind of in the crease area here. So tap, 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 get in that corner there, and then just rub that on in. Oh, by the way, I'm an Army brat, so every now and then you might hear a Southern drawl come from me because I did live in Georgia for a little while. Granted, that was way, way back when I was very young, but still, tap, 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 all in the crease and in the corner. So every now and then you'll hear me say y'all, or, you know, you'll hear that drawl, but I've been living in Chicago now for 26 years, or no, 24 years. Yeah, 24 years. So I still haven't lost some of that. And I still haven't quite gained the Chicago accent either, which is probably good for me because I hear some people talking, I'm just like, and that's just because I'm very sensitive to accents, I guess. All right. So I'm putting my covers back on. And then lastly, we are going to do a liner with the cream shadow in Blue Moon. So this is actually my favorite shadow out of the color. I love this color out of all of them. Oops, stop talking. That's our medical context. So we're going on with a kind of like a slightly larger liner brush, but I'm just gonna use this as my liner, and don't worry, we're gonna blend this in too. So it's similar to, oh, thank you. Similar to using the liquid liner. I like the cream liner because it's a little bit smoother than, or I shouldn't say it's smoother, but it's a little bit easier for me because I'm not really good at drawing really straight, thin lines. So when I'm using the cream shadow, I can get away with that, and because you can make little mistakes with this and it's okay, it's forgiving. which, you know, a lot of stuff out there really isn't. So I'm just gonna go a little bit under into the middle. All right, so here I am. Okay, now here's the moment everyone has been waiting for. Blending time. So I'm just using this little tiny like flat brush, and I think it was originally like a like concealer brush for small areas, but I've decided that I'm going to use this as my blending brush. And you can see this eye right here. You don't want to make it too, you know, you still want the colors to kind of show, but you don't want it to be overtaking your whole entire eye. So here you go. There's that color. You can see all the colors there. And we're just blending, blending, blending. I might blend it a little bit more later, but it depends on how, what it looks like in darkness. Because, you know, the restaurant that I'm going to with my colleagues is probably going to be a little bit on the darker side. So those are the eyes. And can't forget your brows, right? So, I don't know if you've ever watched any of my other lives, but I don't have a lot of brow. And the reason for that is because probably about 25 years ago or so, I had an oven that decided that it wanted to blow me a kiss. And it was a gas oven. And when it blew me that kiss, it actually singed off my eyebrows and my eyelashes and my bangs. So this is all that kind of like grew back from that. And so here is my eyebrow liner. And this one is, let me see the color. I can never find the colors on this one. I always get confused. Oh, number 2. And because I really haven't had eyebrows in a while, and not large eyebrows and not thick eyebrows, I never try to make them any more significant than what's there, because then everybody who knows me, they look at me and they're like, what did you do to your face? So I always want to make sure that they look like my natural brows, except maybe a little bit more defined. So those are the eyes, and so close. I'm going to, okay, I want you guys to see this. Do you see these eyelashes? Look at these eyelashes. They're very sad. And like I said, they got singed off about 25 years ago, and they never really quite grew as long as they used to be. However, I'm also half Asian. So when you're half Asian or even full Asian, your eyelashes are already on the short side, and they're also stick straight, so they don't really do much. I don't like to curl my lashes because they're so short and they're a little bit on the brittle side. I've seen them break. So literally have seen them break off on the lash curler. So I don't use a lash curler anymore. So this is the 3D mascara. So 3D Effect mascara. This is the first coat. I'm going to do the second coat here. In a minute. So I always do one coat and then let it dry before I do the second coat, because if you don't let it dry before you do the second coat, it gets clumpy. So that's one of the reasons why you may see somebody with clumpy eyelashes, excuse me. The other thing I wanted to say is that when you are using your mascara, a lot of people, they like to pump their mascara to get the stuff on their brush, but honestly, you don't have to pump it, just go backwards, because that mascara gel is in there. Turn your brush backwards and you'll get your mascara on the brush instead of pumping it, because when you pump it, you add air, and when you're adding air, you can dry out your mascara prematurely, or even introduce things into your mascara that you might not have expected, like bacteria, etc. All right, So I'm just gonna do a little bit on the bottom. Oh, by the way, I'm trying the lash serum. I am not very consistent with it. I do know I have to get better. So I will let you know what happens when I'm actually pretty consistent with the serum. Okay, so look at that. Isn't that amazing what this lash, the 3D, it's beautiful. I can't get over the fact that I actually have eyelashes. So yeah, you use this one too. A lot of people out there just don't realize how simple makeup is and how it can make you feel better, more confident and happy about your choices. So I can't find my blush. So this again is another lipstick, and you may have seen my little like 23-second story where I used lipstick for lips, blush, and eyes. So I'm going to use this lipstick. This is a True Color number 11 in Plum Sunrise, and I'm just going to give myself little Raggedy Ann cheeks, just like that, little Raggedy Ann cheeks. So, you know, you're gonna look a little crazy for a little while, but that's okay. And just blend. So it's like using a cream blush. The nice thing about this though is because of the type of lipstick this is, the True Color, it's really silky. So it goes on, it blends in, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't streak. And that's the one thing that people, you know, who use cream blushes, they may use it incorrectly, so it might streak a little bit. I don't like that streak sensation, so I don't use it like that. Thanks, Annie. Hey. So I am next. This is the Terracotta Highlighter. Oh my gosh, this highlighter is, I would say it's probably equivalent to the Ofra. Ofra highlighter is nice, but I mean, this terracotta, I know I'm in the sunlight, but look at that highlight. It's just like, oh, and it looks natural. You don't look like you're overdoing it. So that's the one thing that I always found really nice, is that you don't overdo, you know, just a little bit in the middle, a little bit at the Cupid's bow, and a little bit just over your blush, just to kind of highlight that area. And we're almost there. Next is the lip, and I have the FARMASi lip conditioner. I like to use the lip conditioner before I apply my lipstick, because if your lips are even a little bit dry, your cracks, the little cracks and lines in your lips tend to stand out a little bit more. So you put on a lip conditioner or a nice moisturizing lip balm, and what that will do is it'll help kind of fill in some of those lines, just like a primer does for the rest of your face. So this is going to be, actually, you guys are gonna see, this is my first time using this color, so I don't know what it's going to look like on me, but it is I believe this is the True Color. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Jody, but the lipstick, and it's in color number 103. So I'm just trying to open it without, I hate accidentally getting it on the side. Okay, so this is a nude color. You know what, I'm actually gonna, I have another one that I haven't used yet too. So this one is number 107. I think I wanna try something that's a little bit more bold, just because I like bold lips. I want people to look at me when I'm talking, so you know, they look at my mouth, they understand a little bit more. I tend to look at people's mouths when they talk so I can truly understand, because every now and then I just don't quite hear what they're saying, but if I see the shape of their mouth, then I know, oh, okay, now I get it, that's what they said. Ooh, this one's ooh, check that one out. What? That is bold. All right, so here we go. Number 107. All right, so that is the look for today. Those are my little mini tips. I'm gonna turn around and so you can see what I look like in office lighting, because this, office lighting is not the best. But here we go. Eyelashes, I have eyebrows that look somewhat natural, and I'm good to go. I'm ready to go to dinner. Oh, yes, it is infused with avocado oil, and it feels so smooth. It's almost like putting on a lip balm that also has a really strong pigment. So that's why I love lipstick, and I'm loving, oh, by the way, look. Do you see that? I just rubbed my eyes. So this makeup stays on. It doesn't go anywhere once you put it on. So that is my favorite. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Don't forget, this is the best time to join. FARMASi is new to the United States. It's $20 to join. If you just think about how much you spend on makeup on a monthly basis, or even just like, oh, I have a pimple, by the way. Dermatology PAs get pimples too. So $20 gets you in as a beauty influencer, and you immediately start making a 50% commission. You also get 50% off of all of your products. So, the investment isn't that, it's not overwhelming like some of these other companies may want you to spend $200 or $300, and then they pressure you into buying more, sell more, get more people underneath you. However, FARMASi, we're not a heavy hitting company. We're one of those companies that we're like, you know what? Try our products. Let our products speak for themselves. You're gonna love them, and if you don't love them, it's okay. Many other people love them. However, this is probably the best time to get in. We are in, we're beginning. It's only been in the US for 6 months. So we're at the beginning of this great opportunity. And that is why Jody, who is our Team Glam leader, is offering this opportunity event, just so we can show people and teach people more about this company. And I have never been more shocked with a product that barely costs anything. I mean, a foundation for $22 or a foundation for $25. I mean, actually the Stay Matte foundation is like $13. So, I mean, the prices, those are retail prices. And the quality of the product that you get is amazing. I mean, you look at the skin, you don't look like you're wearing stacks and stacks of makeup. This is one of the few companies that, actually, this is the only company that I've ever joined and talked about it and really wanted people to try the product, because it is so good. And like I said, I'm a dermatology PA, so I'm very cautious about what I tell people, because what I tell people, they're going to believe me and they're going to trust me. And to me, my reputation is everything. So the fact that I feel comfortable enough with this company and this product to share, I don't know how else to say. It's time to get in. All right. But thank you, everybody. And we'll see you tomorrow for the finale. Yay.